Hey, what's going on, folks? It's Mike here, and today I've got a news piece for you from this simple and fast multimedia library. Some exciting news, so let's go ahead and check that out. Again, if you're not familiar with the simple and fast multimedia library, it's a cross-platform library that allows you for Windows, Linux, Mac, iOS, Android development to build graphical applications, is what they tend to be, but any sort of multimedia application here. So feel free to check out the page. There's also bindings to many other languages. C, C++ is the main ones. D, .NET bindings, and so on are also found here, Python bindings, etc. So feel free to check those out. But let's go ahead and get to the news here, which from the forums has the highlights here. And it has been 5.5 years since the last update, since 2.5.1, which in this particular update is adding a few major features here. Scan codes to help with input. You can create windows without OpenGL context. So this looks like you can create more general purpose applications or just get a window for that particular environment without having an OpenGL context. And as well as modernizing things with a Vulkan context. That looks like for folks who are doing game development here and are moving on to Vulkan, there's going to be great support for that. And SFML support on M1 and M2 chipsets. That's great to see that that's just something built into the pipeline as well. And this one, which seems like a smaller one, but it's probably very, very important for the long-term future of this project, adding a unit testing foundation, just again for the stability of the platform, is great. In general, I've had great success with SFML. It is a modern C++ based code base. And my understanding is throughout a lot of these changes, they've done some modernization of the actual code base as well, moving to things like C++ 14 and 17 and so on. And that can later give us better performance enhancements and more stable code. So if you'd like to see the rest of the changes here, go ahead and check out the development, go to the changelog 2.6.0, and you'll see, again, there are lots of different changes, lots of different bug fixes, I should say, to improve the overall platform. Some additional features were added, of course, in this release. And to my understanding, this 2.6.0 is going to be the last change here outside of fixes before they move on to SFML 3. Again, my understanding, and someone from the dev team can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, or somebody who might know more, is that they will eventually move to SFML version 3, and that could include some breaking changes, but I don't expect it to be major overhauls of the actual API. I don't think those have been proposed as far as I've seen, so FML is still a good API, good tool to start investing in now, even if you think you have a project that could continue for a while. So with that said here, you can look through the rest of the developments here. If you're not as familiar with SFML and are just wanting to get started, well, go ahead and check out my playlist. You can see how to build this from source if you'd like here, and just learn a few different things about SFML. It's a great framework to work with and to get started really quick. I like using it with C++ in particular. And I hope you'll enjoy learning from this series, and let me know if you want to see some more videos in this series if you've been enjoying SFML. So with that said, folks, just a quick news update here. I was quite excited. Again, it's been many years since the last update, but again, it's great to see this become even more stable. I've seen commercial games released in SFML, so it's a really great platform to be using, especially with C++. All right, folks, as always, thanks for your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next one.